Hey Nate, can you tell me how the wealthy get their money? What do the wealthy do? Heck yeah, I can tell you. Today is about money, it's about wealth, it's about cash. How do you get it? How can you acquire it? When do you need to wake up so someday you have a stack of cash at any time? We're gonna talk about money. Here we go. Let's go, baby. Money, what do the wealthy do? What do they do to get all their money? I'm wearing my designer watches today, my 2 gold rings. Heck yeah, this is obnoxious because, hey, it's obnoxious not to think about money. We need to be thinking about money. We need to be thinking about how you make money. How do you build wealth? So, here we go. The first tool that wealthy people use is their income. What you need to do is you need to increase your income. Wealthy people know this. It's not you're investing. Not yet. Your income is the single most important wealth building tool. You can't build more wealth if you don't increase your income. Some of you people are saying, well, that's kind of hard. I'm at this job and I've already asked for a raise. The boss won't give me that much of a raise. You know, at some point, you got to go to your boss and you got to look at him and you're like, can you even pay me this? And if he can't pay you this, you need to go find another job. Sometimes it's not right for you to stay where you're at. If you want to increase your income, you got to go find another job, change your field, change your industry, and go into something in which you can increase your income substantially. Most of the time, that's sales. When you're an employee, when you're in sales, that's where you can maximize your income. And if it's not in sales, you got to own a business. Super wealthy people have equity in businesses and in real estate, right? The billionaires, most of the billionaires, got to become a billionaire because they owned a company. They had equity in a company. You can't become a billionaire as an employee. Now you're saying, hey, maybe I don't want to be a billionaire, okay? I get it. But if you want to be a multimillionaire, the easiest path to get there is through equity in a business. So, second wealth building tool after you've increased your income. And you got to really commit to increasing your income because if you don't commit to it, you're going to accept every year you're getting paid the same amount and you're not going to change. So number 2, what we need to do is we need to invest. We need to invest our money. If you can increase your income, what you want to do is you want to take 50% of your paycheck, of your pay. That's what I do. I take 50% and I invest that no matter what. Whatever the other 50 is, I can live off of, I can go have fun, I can do crazy stuff, I can go travel, I can go wherever I want, but 50% of that money is invested, it's gone, I'm never gonna touch it. And that money is invested, and now that money that I've invested in different investments is starting to pay me as much that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm almost getting another salary from the investments that I'm making. That 50% needs to be invested because at some point you need to have money coming in that you didn't work for. So many people are in this kind of middle class mindset, which is, hey, I trade my time for money. I trade time, I go work 8 hours, I get a paycheck. I go work 8 hours, I get a paycheck. And investing, what that does for you is say, hey, I'm gonna put my money over here, it's gonna appreciate and grow so that someday I can have money coming in when I'm not working. That's the whole point of investing. So super wealthy people know that they have to have their money appreciating because inflation is rampant. Inflation will take away anywhere from 4 to sometimes 10% that we saw in the last 2 years of your money every year. So if you're losing money that's just sitting around, the cash, right? The cash that I threw at you, every year this cash, the $20 is no longer $20. It says 20 on it, but it doesn't buy you the same amount of goods because inflation has deflated it, right? 5% of this is not worth what it used to be. That's why you hear all the old people saying, well, I bought my first car for $3,000. You bought your first car for $3,000 because of a such thing called inflation. Inflation is hitting you, so you cannot have your money sitting in the bank not making money for you because if you do, your inflation is eating away at your money. You have to invest your money just to keep up for its buying power. So what happens when you invest your money? It's called compound interest. That means you make 5% 1 year, 7%, and it compounds. Look up a compound interest calculator and you will see the beauty and what God has given us is compound interest. So that means your money invested appreciates over time, so in a time down the road, you have way more money and it's worth more than the buying power that it was. So you can't be sitting on your cash. You have to do something with it. Cash being sat on, this cash, whatever, how much I had, I don't even know. This cash that I had, if I set this in a safe and I sit it there for 40 years, what's going to happen? Fireproof safe, nobody opens it. It's still going to be there. It's still going to be pieces of paper. But who knows? Who knows what it's worth, right? It may not be worth what, it may not even be worth it anymore. Maybe $20 is nothing down the road. But what you can't do is you can't sit around and save cash. You have to spend that cash, spend it on investing, spend it on things that are going to help you appreciate. And that's the third thing. So investing your money. These are two things that anybody can do no matter what. And these are beginning steps. So number one, increase your income. Number two, invest 50% at least of your income. At least 50%. If you can't live on 50%, then you need to go make more money. And if you don't know how to go make money, it's time for you to wake up and figure it out, okay? So number three, here we go, is investing in yourself. And what that means is, people say, oh, invest in yourself. What it means is, hey, you got to realize that your strategies that you have right now in your current mind are maybe not enough. That you need to learn from somebody, and you need to understand that, hey, there's some knowledge out there that I need to gain about wealth building. So investing in yourself is buying a wealth book. There's tons of books on money. Maybe potentially buying a course on how to build wealth, how to get your money right. Dave Ramsey's super important in this. He talks about his baby steps to getting out of debt. So there's so many different resources in which you need to get serious about building wealth. So investing in those resources is a portion of you becoming a better person when it comes to wealth. A more well-equipped person when it comes to wealth. So that means that you're saying, hey, I'm going to learn the tools that these trailblazers and titans have used for so many years. Why are all these people wealthy? What is the secret? What are they doing that I'm not doing? Because everybody works hard. You work hard. The guy who's a construction worker down the street works hard. The person up in the office who's a lawyer works hard. Everybody works hard. Everybody probably works 30 to 40 hours, if not more, a week. But why do some people end up with way more money than others? Well, they end up with way more money because they have the tools of the wealthy. They use them. They try to increase their income any way they can. They invest a portion of that income, and they continue to invest themselves, so they have compound interest not only in their investments, but compound interest in themselves. That means the knowledge that you've learned has built upon year after year after year, and you start using those things that you've learned. So many people, they're like, I don't read books, I don't need to read books. Well, you need to read books, because what's in a book is something that you don't know. There's something out there that you need to learn to get to the next level, and you haven't learned it yet, and when you do learn it, it's going to open your eyes to the next level that you need to be at, okay? So the fourth thing, once you're doing all those things, you need to invest in your health. Wealthy people know that health is wealth. What's the point of having a ton of money if you don't have your health, right? What's the point of being the guy who said, I have 10 million in the bank, but I'm on my deathbed because I never took care of my body, I never ran, I never worked out, I never did anything, because all I did was worried about collecting all this money. Now, you need to be serious about your money, but you also need to be serious about your body. Your body is the ship that's going to take you across the ocean of life. So you need to make sure that you can withstand the waves, not go down on the little tiny bump in the ocean. You need to be able to withstand it. You need to be able to have longevity, because this whole wealth building game is not a game in which you're going to get wealthy tomorrow. It's this long, erroneous process. So you need to have your health, because if you don't have your health and you have all the money in the world, you can't go do anything fun. You can't go travel. You can't go get on an airplane. You can't go do anything because you just can't fit on it. Or maybe you just can't mentally go through it because your mental health's out of the way. You got to take care of your health, physical, mental, and your relationships, your family. You need to take care of that stuff, because if you don't have it, they always say, you know, give the man the world, but if he doesn't have his friends, family, and something to do, what is he going to do, right? So you gotta have those things with you. Health is wealth. And after all that, what you need to do is you need to give back. Why do you need to give back? Because giving back is something that's giving to something that's bigger than you. At some point, we're all going to pass away in this world, and what we have is our mark that we've left on the world. And let me tell you that, you know, you can leave a big mark on this world without money. You can do a lot of stuff without money. We need volunteers. We need people that are giving to shelters. We need people that are giving their time. I agree with you. But if you have the ability to be able to give a large sum of money to a charity or anything like that because you've been responsible with your money, money goes so far. If you can give these charities money, you can give people across the world money, you can give back to the needs that you have. It all costs money. Charities cost money and needs cost money. Yes, we need time, we need people, but we also need money. And if you have the tools of the wealthy to build that, then you need to be giving back. That's the key. So what did we learn today? Well, we learned we need to increase our income. We need to increase our income. You need to go ask for a raise. You need to find another industry. You need to find a way. You need to commit to it. Hey, this year, 2023, I'm going to increase my income. I don't know how yet, but I'm going to increase my income. And if you write that down every single day and you say, I'm going to increase my income, I'm going to increase my income, you start thinking of ways in which you're going to increase your income. And you start getting creative because you've committed to it. The guy who says, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, no matter what I am, I'm going to weigh myself every day. He weighs himself every day. You want to lose weight? Weigh yourself every day. Look at the number. You're going to eventually figure out how to get that number down. Okay, number 2, invest your money, because the cash will eventually become trash if you don't invest your money. You got to invest this or your money just starts going away. You got to invest it. If you don't invest it, it becomes nothing because inflation eats away your money. Invest your money. Okay? Number 3 is invest in yourself. Buy books, buy courses, buy things in which you become better. Right? If you don't know how to increase your income, one of the best ways to do it is start investing in yourself. So, number 3 can become before number 1. Number 4, health is wealth. Make sure you look at your health. Number 5 is give back. So, these are the tools of the wealthy. What do the wealthy do? This is what they do. And it's no secret. Nobody's hiding it from you. Nobody's trying to keep the middle class and the poor people down. Nobody's trying to do that. The issue is none of the people are going to do what the wealthy do. They're lazy and they don't want to follow through. They want to go blow their money on stupid stuff, spend every money they make, never invest it, and they wonder why they don't have any money at the end of their life or at any time in their life. So they spend it. Like, comment, and subscribe. I make videos about building businesses. I review businesses on my page. I give them a score between 1 and 10. I've made a lot of videos on that. And sometimes I make videos like these if I'm feeling funky and creative. Thank you so much.